Yeah, but make these important to them. 6 o'clock, we'll call our meeting to order, and we'll start with the pledge of allegiance. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Trevor, can you do roll call?
Christina Ashland,
Here.
Kurt Foothier. I'm here. David Kaufman.
Here.
Don Lehman.
Here.
John Payne.
Here.
Brian Topping.
Here.
Jess McFarland.
Here.
Gretchen Thomas.
Here.
And Scott Croner.
Here.
And Kurt Fluckingers. No, present. Alrighty, we'll start with the hearing, special order of business. So the first item on the agenda is the board's second preliminary determination hearing on the proposed renovations and improvements to school facilities throughout the school corporation. These improvements include roofing, paving, HVAC upgrades, site and athletic improvements, as well as the purchase of buses, equipment, and technology. Collectively, this is referred to as the project. If you're interested in speaking during the hearing, please be sure you have signed in on the sheet located at the back of the room, which should include your name and address. Each speaker will be asked to limit their remarks to 3 minutes, and comments should be focused on the proposed projects under consideration. As a reminder, the notice of this project hearing and preliminary determination hearing was published as required by law on August 15th, 2025 in the Warsaw Times, Union, and the Goshen News. At this time, I invite comments from members of the public regarding the proposed renovations and improvements to school facilities.
Are you going to do a presentation at all? Would the board like a presentation?
It's one we've seen already.
Yeah, you guys have seen the spreadsheet. This is for school buses, facility improvements that were identified in the Park and Co bill in the study.
All right, I don't think anybody has signed in, so we'll proceed. If there are no further comments, the public hearing concerning the proposed projects is now closed. Please let the minutes reflect that the public hearing has been held. And I'm doing the next one too.
Actually, you need it, and now we'll consider the adoption of the project resolution when they're termination.
Oh, right here.
Yeah, sorry.
All right, consider the adoption of the public resolution, preliminary determination resolution, and reimbursements resolution.
So I'll make a motion to approve project resolutions, determination resolution, and reimbursement resolution.
Second.
I have a motion from John and a second from Trevor. Any questions or discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. That motion carries 7-0. Now we'll move on to
I'll do that too.
the
Sorry.
proposed budget.
Correct.
The purpose of this public hearing is to give notice to the public that the Wa-Nee Community School Board of Trustees is meeting to discuss the 2026 budget. During this hearing, the board will review the proposed budget and provide an opportunity for members of the public to share their comments. This includes both objections to and support for the proposed budget. At this time, I will open the floor for public comments. If anyone from the public wishes to speak, please come forward. All right, if there are no further comments, the public hearing for the 2026 Wa-Nee Community Schools budget is now closed. Please let the minutes reflect that the public hearing has been held.
Now the last one.
And finally, if you guys aren't tired of my voice already, that's strained. The next item on the agenda is a public hearing concerning the 2025-26 negotiations between Wa-Nee Community Schools and the Wa-Nee Education Association. The purpose of this public hearing is to give notice to the public that the Wa-Nee Community School Board of Trustees will be entering into negotiations on the proposed contract between Wa-Nee Community Schools and the Wa-Nee Education Association. If approved, this contract would be effective from July 1st, 2025 through June 30th, 2026. During this meeting, the Board of School Trustees will hear comments from the public, including objections to and support for the proposed contract negotiations. At this time, I invite anyone from the public who wishes to speak to come forward.
And I would like the record to show, we have Marcy Porter. She is a member of the union, and she's part of the bargaining team, so appreciate Marcy being here tonight.
If there are no further comments, the public hearing concerning the 2025-26 negotiations is now closed. Please let the minutes reflect that the public hearing has been held. Good?
Great, thank you.
Yep. And thank you for being present. Appreciate you. Have a good evening. At this time, I'll take a motion for the amendments to the agenda that are at your seats. What? Oh, recognition of visitors and public input.
And I don't think we had anyone sign in.
Now amendments to the agenda. Yes, thank you, Kurt.
I make a motion that we accept the amendments to the agenda.
Second.
Motion from Don and a second from John. Any discussion or questions on those amendments? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. That motion carries 7-0. I'll now accept a motion for the consent items to include the amendments we just added.
Move to approve. Second.
Motion from Kurt and a second from Don. Any discussion or questions on those? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. And that motion carries 7-0. There is no unfinished business. Action item A, consider the approval of the following school improvement plans: Napanee Elementary, Wakarusa Elementary, Woodview Elementary, Northwood Middle School, and Northwood High School.
Your board packet, you have a copy of the school improvement plans for each one of those buildings. I'm sure you guys have thoroughly read each and every page of them. There's been some changes in the law. State law no longer requires board approval for the school improvement plans. However, as we've had discussion with our team, we think it's a good practice for us to continue to do. And so we're going to continue to bring these forward to you just so you have an awareness of what's going on. Hopefully none of that really shocked you or surprised you. It's all in alignment with our plan on the page. But we would recommend approval as presented, and happy to answer any questions you guys may have.
Make a motion to approve the school improvement plans as outlined.
I'll second.
Motion from Kurt and a second from David. Any discussion or questions on those school improvement plans? Okay, hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. That motion carries 7-0. Action item B, consider the approval of the IU affiliation agreement.
The board packet have a copy of an IU affiliation agreement. This basically outlines our agreement with Indiana University South Bend in order to allow us to take on a lot of their practical teachers, not instructional assistants, but those individuals who are training to become classroom teachers. So Chris Botratz has reviewed this document and had some conversation with their attorneys, and we both would recommend approval as presented.
Motion to approve the IU affiliation agreement.
Second.
Motion from Trevor and a second from John. Any questions or discussion?
Is it the same type of program that Ball State was doing?
Yeah, we have several of these agreements. We had one already in place with IU South Bend. They made some tweaks to it, and so periodically you'll get updated ones that they'll want us to have
Gotcha.
represented. It's job security for our legal team.
This is not the apprenticeship that
Oh.
Ball State was, that we
That's
have with
what I
Ball
was
State though.
Thank you, I'm sorry.
This
Thank
is,
you.
Iowa speech students coming here to do field experiences.
Nice, though.
Right.
Gotcha.
Thank you for clarifying.
Do we have to have that with each college doing that? If we're sending like observations or student teachers, do you have to have an agreement with them?
We will have some kind of agreement. Either we'll have an agreement that kind of overrides all of them, or an MOU, or if we don't have something like this, then the college will send an individual one with that individual student, and we'll have an agreement for that one that outlines what they can and cannot do, what we will and will not permit.
Any other questions, discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. That motion carries 7-0. Action item C.
Which is actually the three units from the buses. We don't have any overnight out of approval.
Okay,
So-
Oh, yeah, we do.
We do?
There's a lot.
Oh, is that in,
It's in the package. I picked up the wrong agenda one of these copies.
I apologize, okay. So, it's for SOAR Camp. And the FFA leadership. We reviewed it, it does meet all of our policies, and we recommend approval as presented. Thank you for that.
Motion to approve the SOAR camp.
Second.
Motion from Trevor and a second from Brian. Any questions or discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. All opposed, same sign. That motion carries 7-0. And the final action item is consider the approval of the recommendation to purchase 3 conventional buses and 1 special needs lift bus.
We'll let Amy present on this one.
Okay, according to the menu and according to our bus replacement plan that you've already approved, we did a study on bus replacement again, and the propane came out again as the winner. So that's our recommendation again, to stick with that plan. We are excited to let you know that we are seeing a great savings through propane. It's about 29 cents per mile that we're saving as we run a propane bus. So that's a great savings. As I looked at extracurricular travel, we spent about $109,000 in extracurricular through sports, music at the high school and at the middle school. And if we were running all 33 routes, we'd be saving about $106,000 a year running propane. So I think it's still a good choice for us to keep the propane project moving forward. That's what we decided as we sat around the office in the last, I'm glad you asked the question, Kurt, because we've been sitting around the office debating this, and we have a really great calculator that we use. I actually brought the numbers with me too, if you want to have a flyer that I brought with me. So yeah, so it was a good opportunity for me to come and bring that good news to us.
So where are we at by now with the green motion, sorry?
Oh, yeah. Do we have a motion?
Motion to approve the 3 conventional buses and 1 special needs lift bus.
Second.
Motion from Trevor and a second from David. Questions and discussion?
So where are we at, like diesel versus propane now as far as numbers?
Currently, this year, we're at 7 gas. That includes the little white minibuses we have and 2 little yellow buses that we use for preschool. 24 diesel and 25 propane. With the addition, or that will be the addition this year when we add those 4.
So is the gentleman we have doing maintenance on buses, is there issue with him with either propane, diesel, preference, one or the other?
We had a discussion today. He said he would absolutely not go to diesel right now because of the 27 emissions that we are seeing coming forward. We don't have the software available for the new diesel coming forward in 27. If we were to look at a different engine right now, we would look at gas, the Roush gas engine. Although we don't really have the infrastructure for a big gas fleet, because we have a 6,000 gallon gas tank, and that if we were to grow the gas fleet, we would have to consider flipping that gas diesel current tank that we have now, which is feasible. We could do that. If we move towards gas next, that's feasible. We could flip the current gas diesel tank that we have, because we have more capacity on the diesel side than we do gas. The problem with diesel right now is it changes with whoever sits at the White House. And if it flips back, then we're going to see diesel emissions flip back to more stringent. So it's volatile, depending on what happens in that world. And
There's a significant price increase on diesel engines right now. So.
yeah, and the unknown what's going to happen.
All right.
Diesel and gas also, that fuel industry fluctuates, we know, with politics and with the holidays and who travels and when. Propane's very consistent. The last 2 fuels I've had, 88 cents, 89 cents, 99 cents. So my goal is under $1, and the last 3 fuels have been under $1. So I'll see higher fuels this winter, but I mean, our average has been under $1
So
for the last 3 fuels.
do we get, like we do with diesel prices, do we do the same thing with propane? Do we lock that in for a year? That doesn't really work in the propane world.
We can lock in. I have been not locking in for the last year because I've been so successful with a not lock. I'm going to play that for another year and see how that goes because of the volume that we have capacity right now, it's been working. So I'm gonna see what another school year looks like with this capacity, and then decide if I lock in.
Is it kind of more competitive? We get more competitive bids. I know diesel with our specs, it gets a little bit more.
Yeah, yeah. We
Not as
can get
competitive.
pretty competitive with propane, because there's several vendors, and they know what my goal is, under $1. That was pretty clear at the last bid that we went for, that my goal was under $1. We got really close, so, but our average right now is under $1, so.
Repair wise, where are we at, diesel versus propane?
Overall, it's always less to repair a propane because it takes less filters and you can go longer miles on service. Yeah. And I have a really fun spreadsheet to share with you.
I'm chuckling because this is like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, our weekly check-in with Amy. You guys are asking us any questions that we're gonna ask as well.
Hey, at least we're not electric, because I just heard that somewhere like cities and places are using electric buses, they're having big problems.
Well, Amy's a big fan of electric buses.
No,
Well,
we're not gonna burn down my
that'd be a hard
garage.
bill.
Yeah,
Not a
that's,
fan.
that ship is sailing, I think, in the world.
Yeah, it sounds like there's just a lot of problems they're having.
Yeah, one major forerunner in that world, we just went out of business.
I think that's what it is, and then there's problems with
Yeah,
parts and service and all that.
yeah, and the application for school bus is just, it just isn't working. Yeah. And school bus application for propane is great, just because you don't need the range. It's not like hauling, you know, over the country. You're not trying to get from here to Texas, so, propane range for us, we never really go outside of the range that we need for the fuel tank that we need. We have good partners if we do need to fuel when we're out and about. The engine use that we use this for is stop and go, so, you know, that's why we don't really get the long-term use out of an engine. I mean, we're getting 12 years out of it now. I think that's as far as I would ever wanna go with the engines that we're using because of the application stop and go. It stretches us to that 12-year mark. Propane so far has been very successful. Tippecanoe schools down in Lafayette, they were the first adopter of propane, and they've gone through their first 12-year cycle. They got good resale value on their first trades. They were the first in the state to go through. They've been through a full 12 years, so, and they saw these savings. Then nationally, they say it's about 40% savings, propane over diesel. And no matter where you are, no matter what you're paying for diesel and propane, 40% seems to be the mark, and that's where our numbers came out to, 40%. So we hit right within that sweet spot.
And this is just the fuel cost you're seeing as far as repair and.
That's the overall cost per mile. Yeah, that's factoring in paying a little bit more for the engine up front, then the overall cost of what it costs to maintain, you know, filters, oil, service interval, and then cost of fuel, and then the a little bit less efficiency mile per gallon, because you get less efficiency with propane, but when you factor in all the other savings and fuel costs, it still comes out, you know, 29 cents per mile better.
Is that Volkswagen grant still available?
It is not. We're at the tail end of that 6-year stretch. We took advantage of $500,000 of grant money for propane. I just found out that at the tail, they were using that for 2010 and older. That's the only thing they were allowing, and we ended up cycling out to the point that we were done with our 2010s. I did find out the last grant, because they were finding fleets that were too new to be able to take advantage of it. They did award grant money to urban areas 2011 and newer. So had they gone rural 2011 new and newer, we could have gotten some money in the last year of that. Right now, we're probably not going to see a lot of grant money. Maybe we will. I'll see. I don't think there's a big push for the green world right now, but I would like to see a new EPA grant come out, but I'm not crossing my fingers right now. But it'd be great, because, yeah,
How many years ago was it we got our first LP or propane?
2020. Drivers love them. They start right away. I don't have to worry about the engines not starting, cold weather. We don't, like right now, we're trying to figure out what to do with the fuel that's in the diesel tank and having to think about winterizing that fuel because it's summer fuel now and winter's coming and we have to strategically plan on what diesel to put in that tank to make sure it's ready. And we don't have, propane can sit there for 24 years and you don't have to worry about the quality of it. Propane is propane. And it's gonna start no matter what. In Wisconsin, Minnesota, Canada, they're running propane. And that's just a really great benefit to know that buses are gonna start no matter how cold it gets, so.
Know some farmers that probably take the fuel.
What's that?
I know some
Oh, I
farmers
know,
that
yeah,
take the fuel.
maybe I should sell off that summer fuel. Yeah, I should. It's actually a good idea, sell it off, get rid of it, so I can bring in a tanker full of winterized fuel, but they're not winterizing it yet. And we need diesel right now, so, but they don't winterize it till November, so you have to get in those sweet spots of when they're gonna sell winterized fuel. And I don't like to splash blend at the tank, because then you have to play chemist at the tank, and I don't like to, I'm not a chemist.
I thought our specs were so that they're gonna, we have to worry about that somewhere.
They are, but the, like Country Mart won't start blending until November. They won't start doing winterized fuel until. Well, yeah. Our interest is peaked on gas, we'll see, but the savings still is, even with the savings of the engine up front, propane's still beating out gas, so.
Any other questions or discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. That motion carries 7-0. That ends our action items, and we'll go on to discussion and enrollment update.
Just last item, present just our enrollment update. I'll just get down to the bottom, kind of the most important piece. You'll see there on our spreadsheet where we're standing at right now, 2,822.4 students. That decimal point is because we have some students that attend school on a partial day, some can homeschool and come in for part of the day. We do have 2 students that are not accounted for yet, so we still need to track them down if they do show up. But right now, in the actual number, we're showing that they're likely not going to show up. That's down 24.5 from where we were last fall, down 13.5 from where we were last spring. But it is up from our conservative estimate that we had projection into the fall. So again, the cohort survival method is not as dire as what the last 5 years has been, but we're still unfortunately graduating more students than we're bringing in right now. In front of you, I did give you a spreadsheet just to kind of give you a sense of where kids are going. These are kids who have left the district, most of which have moved out of the district. But however, those that have not moved out of the district, probably our biggest one right now is honor school and homeschool. Honor school, really no big surprises there. Those are kindergarten kids that come for a year of school, and then the families enroll them into their home honor schools. The homeschool ones, I needed to run a comparison because I do know the principals had said they felt like we had more homeschool students that were coming back this year. So hopefully that's a wash, but that still is kind of one of the high ones. You will see a lot of different names that are on here. Anything that's K-12, Indiana Connections, Indiana Digital, Indiana State. You'll probably see a virtual prep academy. There should be like a union. Basically, those are all online schools, and that's probably the biggest driver is families who are enrolling in online virtual programming. That can be a myriad of reasons. You know, they could be having issues and concerns with attendance issues, you know, getting their kid to come into school. It could be just life situations, and so they're choosing maybe a more flexible online curriculum. There has been some discussion amongst schools around the state to exploring online programming. I'm reluctant to it. You know, when I think about Wa-Nee, we offer amazing in-person, relational instruction. And I guess I just would really struggle, you know, kind of maybe venturing away from that, just at the hopes of, you know, maybe boosting our numbers. So, again, certainly open for a discussion amongst the board about, you know, what your desires would be, but, you know, I think, you know, as far as our school district goes, I think we offer amazing in-person learning. Our out-of-district enrollment numbers are the highest they've been in the 9 years that I've been here. So I still know we are providing an outstanding instruction in the environment, and families are choosing to come here. But certainly, we are graduating more kiddos than we're bringing in each year, and that's something we just need to continue to be aware of. So, happy to take any questions you have this time.
How much do the kids from out of district that come in, how much does that offset, you know, fees? Because I'm sure there's a lot more when you get homeschool and online, but like, I'm sure that helps.
Yeah.
I know about how.
Traditionally, we're about 100 students more that we bring in than leave, that reside in our district and go to it. Because the online schools are considered living in our district, going to another district outside of ours. And traditionally, we have ranged around 100 students more that we bring in than decide to leave. Does that answer your question?
Mm-hmm.
We will get the report. The reason why I can't answer that right now is the state always gives a report after count day, so about late October, early November, we'll get that final report for this year. Other questions? All right, that's all we have this evening.
All right. There being no further business to come to the attention of the board, a motion to adjourn is in order.
So moved.
Second.
Motion from Kurt, and second from Donna. All in favor say aye.
Aye.